As always, it's great to have you all back on CoinLady channel. In this video, we'll be discussing stablecoins and the rules surrounding them. Let's check it out. Shock and dismay among crypto traders trade $4.7 billion USDC on Coinbase for fiat currency. In response to the actions of US regulators, Coinbase has burned through $4.7 billion in USD, converting the stablecoin to fiat. After what happened with BUSD, USD has everyone on edge right now. There is a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. FUD surrounding USD at the moment. Do not forget that BNY Mellon is their trustee. The reserves are managed by BlackRock, and Visa settles transactions in US dollars that are fully backed by cash and treasuries. Check out by Deloitte the SEC annual audit reports. Honestly, I think everyone is making too much of the FUD. Likewise, in my opinion, I think they will force out BUSD and Binance, and they will eventually go after Tether as well, leaving only USD. Ultimately, they're going to show up, provide stability to the US dollar with BlackRock support. BlackRock supports every CBDC-related initiative pushed by the United States. While BlackRock reaps the benefits as the loan-permitted stablecoin, the United States dollar coin, USD could be easily adopted as the Canadian dollar, CBD. The fear, uncertainty, and doubt, FUD are far from over, and a major black swan event may yet emerge as a result of this. There has been a constant stream of new regulations, enactments of guidance legislation, and hearings. The aggressiveness of federal banking regulators in 2023, who appear intent on making crypto companies single for 2023 in terms of banking relationships, is the most surprising of the developments. The banking industry has a problem because its members are competitive and profit-driven. Politicians are being used as stooges to push through regulations that the politicians themselves support. So they are trusting the SEC to step in and regulate the cryptocurrency market. Just that. That's what Gary's aiming for. The Federal Reserve's publication of a final rule last week has caused quite a stir in the nation's capital. The letter from February 7 reads more like a breakup note than a statement of policy. It prohibits state member banks from engaging in crypto activities, limits stablecoin issuance, and more, and the Federal Reserve is once again attempting to do the same thing. Don't let yourself become irrelevant. The regulator promised to take action if Congress did not when the Presidential Working Group issued its guidance principles on STABLECOINS in 2021. In light of the failure of the bipartisan stablecoin bills to pass in 2022, we are now witnessing their full force. Because Congress didn't act quickly enough, that is precisely what is happening. Gary is making bad decisions as he takes over crypto. Instead of trying to collaborate with the crypto companies, he is currently trying to extort as much money as possible from them. Just look at how much cash the HEC has made in fines over the past year. Although this is one area where stablecoins are under increased scrutiny, it is not the only one because of the lack of legislation governing them. As per the SEC, this security can be used in a money market account. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission, however, maintains that UST is in fact a commodity. The crypto industry is in disarray as a result of this triangle. Due to the absence of rules, these businesses are at a loss as to how to proceed. The crypto community is in a state of disarray and panic at the moment. The SEC has also taken a staking enforcement action against Kraken, an American company. Many crypto companies that provide staking services are now having the after the debacle only ended in a settlement. So, what are our next steps going to be? Discuss it with their legal representatives. No one knows what to do with staking, so it's possible that it will decline across the crypto industry as a whole. It's unclear what the rules are going forward. More than ever, it is essential for there to be legislation in the stablecoin space. It will take some time to get a bill through Congress. With Congress having just reinstated it, all bills must now be reintroduced and go through the lengthy legislative process. Exactly as I described as CBDC, this is the same thing. When it comes to the introduction of CBDC, everyone is eager for privacy laws to be put in place first. The House is further along in these discussions, and it has buy-in from Democrats, Republicans, and the White House because Congress moves so slowly and technology advances so quickly that CBDC will come about before privacy laws are put in place. The legislation was never able to pass in its final 2022 form. In 2023, this will be a major focus. You need a lot of political capital, regulator love, and bipartisan support for any piece of legislation. Because of this, additional regulatory moves are likely in the near future. Congress can exercise robust oversight over these regulators and challenge proposed rules in a number of ways. One piece of good news is that congressional and presidential oversight of regulators is cooperative. That's why some politicians have expressed interest in investigating Gary Gensler. They want to know the nature of his interactions with Sam Bankman-Fried, including the purpose of any meetings or phone calls between the two of them. But once again, progress is painfully slow. The banking hearing in the Senate will be much more substantial tomorrow. And then there's the one in December that's going to be packed with A-listers. Cryptocurrency skeptics will likely advocate for a break from traditional financial institutions, while crypto enthusiasts will likely leap to action and launch attacks on the Federal Reserve and the Securities and Exchange Commission. In addition, on Wednesday, keep an eye on the IRS confirmation hearing and the Senate Finance Committee's efforts to amend the Investment Advisors Act to address custody concerns. These two developments may have far-reaching consequences for the future of crypto policy. In this video, we'll discuss this topic in greater detail. Things appear to be getting worse before they get better at the moment. With no legislation in place, this will be decided by the courts for a very long time. However, efforts to educate the public continue in the vain expectation that the crypto community will soon discover both love and despair. We rely on the community to help us stay secure, you know. Any new rules or restrictions must balance the need to safeguard small investors with our desire to keep investing. The SEC has proposed new regulations that would primarily affect the crypto industry. This might work after all. Thus, under the new rule, advisors must keep their clients' money in a separate account from their own. According to Gensler, the new rule will make it mandatory for advisors and qualified custodians to segregate all assets, not just cash and securities. That was the catch with FTX, though. Sam Bankman-Fried was spending client money on a vacation home in the Bahamas and other luxuries. It might work out if there were laws requiring exchanges to keep investor funds separate from their own when they are paid out. Consider this. Perhaps your money will be safe even if the company goes bankrupt. Investment advisors, Gensler cautioned, can't always put their faith in cryptocurrency platforms as custodians because of the way they operate. To rephrase, Gary warns us not to put faith in the stock market or S&P/500. According to authorities, some investment advisors view cryptocurrency platforms as reliable custodians. If consultants and authorized custodians want to keep their clients safe, they'll have to sign a written agreement, as stipulated by the rule. To be honest, that was the best thing Gary has said all year. With the remaining time, he plans to destroy crypto. As retail investors, however, we absolutely require safeguards. The exchanges are not a secure place to store your cryptocurrency, a fact that many people fail to realize. I hear this question a lot: what should I do with my crypto? Even though I have it in Uphold and Coinbase, I'm still waiting to withdraw it. There is no such thing as a completely secure transaction. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. We see here that Elizabeth Warren and the conservatives want to attack the cryptocurrency industry. Cryptocurrencies, then, have risen to prominence in the previous year as a viable alternative to the traditional banking system. The phase lasted until the collapse of FTX. Do you appreciate the way they consistently bring in extra money by freezing the withdrawal process for some customers? Now that Elizabeth Warren has come out to build an anti-crypto army with the support of conservatives, things are about to get complicated. This woman wants us to stop using crypto immediately. No matter how she tries to frame it, I won't buy it. She proposes shutting us down with rules and regulations. The emphasis, once again, is on measures to bolster national security and combat money laundering. The idea of verifying customers is already being implemented by centralized exchange platforms. The reluctance of some services to require user verification is misplaced. When surveying the market, she hopes to be able to exclaim, "Ah, who's holding crypto? I fear things may quickly escalate here." Like walking a razor's edge. At the same time, she requests that they check the identities of crypto buyers. On the other hand, who is to say that she doesn't keep tabs on every single cryptocurrency investment made in order to rake in the tax revenue she was hoping to achieve with the framework she introduced at the end of last year? In general, I don't put any faith in this woman. Freezing crypto assets can result in investors having to pay taxes on the value of their holdings. That tax revenue is a major concern, as I mentioned earlier. The United States government requires its citizens to pay income tax on interest earned from investments such as cryptocurrency, corporate bonds, bank accounts, and certificates of deposit. Annual income is taxed from those who earn money. An awareness is sparked. As a result of the severe crypto winter of 2018, many cryptocurrency investors have had their assets frozen on platforms that have since failed. In June of 2022, for instance, Celsius Digital suspended all customer withdrawals due to the extreme market conditions. Celsius, a crypto lender that handled over $11 billion in customer assets at the time, froze those holdings as part of a protracted bankruptcy case, the outcome of which is still unclear. U.S. citizens are required by law to file their federal income tax returns by April 18th, detailing their entire yearly income. Since last December, tax rates vary from 10% to 37%, depending on an individual's income level. So they want you to fork over cash to pay taxes on cryptocurrency you can't even access. Using Celsius, you can gain access to encrypted data, for example. But you'll need to find additional funds to cover the associated tax obligations. That's ridiculous in my book. Since no one can predict the future, I have to say that I do. Do you have a plan to recover your cryptocurrency or make a profit from it in the near future? Again, no one knows for sure what will happen, so no one can say. What role has the Biden administration played in this assault on crypto? The Biden administration has given its official blessing to the attack on crypto projects. According to an anonymous source, Tony Edwards, host of the podcast Talking Crypto, takes a conversational approach to hosting a show about cryptography. According to the source, the operation codenamed Chokepoint 2.0 is specifically aimed at cryptocurrency projects that have their headquarters in the United States and continue to sell their wares to local residents. Former government employee turned crypto expert claims top officials gave the green light for the current crypto attack against the United States. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is on record as being opposed to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, and SEC Chairman Gary Gensler is also on record as being skeptical of the industry as a whole. Here's what I'm saying. They are making it clear that they want us out of crypto. The source of this pressure is high up in the organization. And in the coming days, some major traders will know. At this time, DXY is expected to reach $96. Due to crypto fraud, the cryptocurrency market is lagging behind stocks. Negative outcomes that seem impossible to predict. Thus, crypto is rapidly gaining ground. Expect a drop to the 96 cents level. I truly apologize. Moreover, you should monitor the DXY. Every time the dollar drops in value, the value of cryptocurrencies and the stock market surge, and the further the DXY falls, the higher cryptocurrencies rise. It has happened in every bull run in the past, and it will happen again. The trouble is that I don't think the decline in the value of the dollar will stop once it begins this time. The petrodollar is dying. I think everything will move much more quickly if Saudi Arabia joins the BRICS, as they have stated their intention to do. Rapid development of CBDCs. The EU is accelerating the pace at which similar regulations on cryptocurrencies will be implemented in other regions, including the United States. I plan to release a video later today in which I discuss the future of cashless societies and the rapid growth of this trend. Moreover, I no longer believe that the year 2030 will occur. It seems more likely that 2025 will be a wild year for XRP holders, which means that the price of XRP can absolutely skyrocket from anywhere, beginning with the conclusion of the case. And I anticipate that it will be a struggle right up until 2025. It's also important to keep in mind that ISO is activated there. Added Fed, this is a good time for investors because everything appears to be in order. It seems likely that the current financial system will collapse. There are no other possible explanations. The evidence strongly suggests that. Consider the US debt situation. What that means is that you have a pretty good idea of where the US dollar is headed. However, at this point I must conclude this video. To everyone who has been tuning in, I appreciate it. Many thanks to everyone who has watched my videos. Please hit that like button and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.